The Connecticut Supreme Court just handed down a ruling saying that the family members of the victims of the Newtown shooting can move forward with their case against Remington. The reason why that's a big deal is because since 2005, gun manufacturers have had immunity from these types of cases. Basically, you can't sue a gun manufacturer just because one of their guns was used in a crime. However, in this particular case, the reason why the case is allowed to go forward, even though this immunity exists, is because they found a way around it. And the way they found around it is utterly ridiculous. What they're basically saying is that the way that Remington marketed their rifle by espousing hypermasculinity, by actually marketing what they see to be a rifle designed for combat in the military theater, is irresponsible, and thus the gun manufacturer should be held liable for the actions of basically, this is so ridiculous, that because their marketing appealed to a troubled young teen who decided to grab a firearm that his mother purchased and use it to kill a bunch of people, that the manufacturer who actually made the weapon should be held responsible. This is lunacy. I can't think of a far worse way to absolve anybody of personal accountability or responsibility than to say, hey, guess what? It's not your fault that you're a sociopath and decided to go kill 25 little kids at elementary school. It's the fact that the gun dealer sold you the gun. But not only that, it's the problem that the manufacturer sold to the gun dealer the gun that the gun dealer sold to you. It's not your fault. It's all of the other people's faults. But make no mistake, this is the game that's being played. Man, this fight is for real. It is being attacked on all fronts, and people are not realizing it. There is a long game here. And not only that, there's a lot of money behind it, because a case like this, what it allows it to do is basically anybody now can come up and say, the way you marketed that gun, by actually marketing it for what it does, which is the ability to defend yourself, it actually made my kid or any other person, it doesn't even have to be a kid, it can be an adult. It made them want to pick up that gun, use that gun to commit a crime. And the thing about it is, they're not really trying to win the case. They know they're not going to win the case. Now, in all fairness, the Supreme Court basically said, it's let the jury decide whether or not this case has any merit. The problem with that is lawyers are not cheap. They're not. They cost money. And so what that does is it allows and opens the door for people to come in and just bring all types of stupid suits. No matter if they stand a chance in hell of winning, you still have to deal with it. You still have to fight it to a certain extent. We haven't even gotten to the trial at this point. They've spent money on lawyers just to see if we can go to trial or to prevent it from going to trial. So understand that this is a very high level game. There's another thing that they're trying to do. Like I said, they're not trying to win it. But guess what gets to happen now that the case gets to go forward? Now you get discovery. And what do you get with discovery? You have Remington now having to hand over all of their information, all of their company information. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to allow the gun controllers to now take all the information that they find and try to use it to find other angles of attack to attack the Second Amendment. People aren't understanding how this game is being played. It is being played at a high level, whether you want to believe it or not. This is an attack on the entire gun industry. Because who's to say at this point if somebody went out and, I don't know, used a 30-round magazine to commit the crime. So what are we going to do now? We're going to look at Magpul and say, you know what, Magpul? You marketed your magazine as being a very reliable, high-functioning magazine. And as a result of that, the guy who actually decided that he wanted to get the gun because of the marketing from Remington now decided to go out and buy not only the gun, but the magazine so that he can kill more people effectively. Now we're going to hold Magpul reliable for the deaths of those kids. That's the way this works. And then they'll continue to keep dragging all of these gun manufacturers to court over and over and over again, because understand something, the gun control lobby has billions behind it. Not millions like the NRA, billions. So they can do this all day long. They can sit there and they can wait and they can just pester like a legal mosquito, just nagging away at the gun industry until it essentially erodes and dies. That's the point. That's the whole concept behind this movement, or this lawsuit, so to speak. So understand the game that's being played here. Understand that this is serious. Sure, the case it's probably not gonna win. It's probably not gonna succeed, but the damage will already be done. To be honest with you, the damage is already done. Because when you have one court that decides to do this, now you set a precedent for other courts to follow suit. And so now what it does, it inspires other people, kind of much like mass killings, it inspires copycat suits where people decide, you know what, oh my, wow, we can get to those gun manufacturers that are making millions. And then the gun controllers are like, yeah, go ahead, file that suit, right? They may not win, but guess what we're doing? We're siphoning all of the money that they would otherwise be spending on producing more products, running their business, paying their employees. See how that works? So yeah, think about it. Yo, real quick before you go, just want to let you know that for the remainder of 2019, I'm going to be giving away a bunch of awesome products. And I'm going to be doing this every single month. So if you want to learn more about how to sign up so you can potentially win some awesome products, hit the link in the description section and learn. All right, folks. Holla.